Absolutely no chance at all. Pippa takes
Well,
another one.
everything going Pippa Flanders' way. The chips almost on top of the donkey, can barely peer over those stacks.
3 and 6,000 is the level that is about to get underway, and Kenna, besides Pippa Flanders, whose stack is well nigh comfortable, no one else has made forward motion. Although Stephen Pierce will feel like he's got a handful. He's got double what he had at his lowest, and kind of glad that Pierce is getting another chance to show what he can do. If he had gone out early, then he would have felt like he hadn't brought his best game along. But now he's basically got a fresh start here from the button.
I can't.
Pull.
Good point, Jesse May. The fresh start, Stephen Pierce
Pull.
gonna maintain an aggressive
Raise.
posture, raising it with 8-10 of hearts. Called by Anthony Hardy, King 4 in the small blind, and now additional
18,000
pressure
more, 24 total.
exacted by Mark Harris. How about the re-raise with the ace-7 of clubs, Jesse May?
Yeah, I think Pierce may have just limped from the button, and I don't know how much the raise is, about 18,000 here from the big blind by Mark Harris. It's pretty serious.
Well, that would bode well if he did limp, and I think you are correct.
Pass.
That was a missed call.
Pass.
So Harris picks up a nice pot with the ace-7 of clubs. What does that say on his shirt there as we go on in?
The Monkey. They call him Mark the Monkey Harris.
There, a good look at it. Mark the Monkey Harris.
And in the UK, as you know, Ken, a monkey sometimes means 500 pounds. And that's the slang for it.
Is that right? Where
Yeah.
does that come from?
I don't know, but they call 25 pounds a rhino. Oh, no, a pony. A rhino is 250.
So
Pass.
you're telling me a monkey weighs more
Pass.
than a rhino?
It's,
Pass.
it's
Wow.
It's unfathomable, but true.
Got to be an awful big monkey.
I mean, you're right. There's been some motion here. The limp in
Raise
from Harris in the
12,000
small
more,
blind, and now
18,000.
Helpy with pretty weak holding, but the king is good, raising at 12,000 more.
King Kong says,
Pull.
I'm with you, baby.
And is this pot maybe a little out of control? 36,000 in there. Neither player has much of anything.
No, this is some macho stuff going on here. 7-8-9 giving Harris an
Check.
open end straight.
Check.
Helpy knuckles at once. Straight draw. That is the best card Yuha could have seen.
A king to save Yuha Helpy, who could have been bet off this pot on a straight draw by Harris, but he pulls the king, and that may allow him to make a big bet and win it right here.
Why did Yuha check that flop? It was brilliant.
Well, because he had already put some heat on the pot trying to pick it up. He only had king high. Once his opponent called out his attempted bluff, he shut down. And now with the king, he's trying to determine if his opponent called him with a hand like ace-king or king-queen.
He needs to bet, Kenna, but how much?
Well, he needs to bet probably at least half the pot, if not more. But he doesn't have that much, so he's got about, he started the hand with 63,000.
He's bet everything but the stack of yellow.
28,000.
And that will follow if Harris moves.
Yep, he has bet just more than half the size of the pot, which suddenly has increased to 64,000. Will Harris take a shot here to try and make the straight, or will he give it up?
Almost like Yuha can see Mark's cards. He's put an amount in that just makes it kind of,
Tempting?
but not.
Definitive? As we guess with words here, It is Harris on the line guessing what Juha has. He knows he's certainly beat. It was really more a factor of whether he wanted to pay the money to make the draw, and with only one card to come, he opts out.
Yeah, and Helpy finds not only a way to win there, but to make money at the same time. Kinda clever.
Very clever play by Juha Helpy. When you're not getting the big starting hands, you have to create ways of winning pots and gathering chips. He did just that. Just now did Juha Helpy, 29 years of age, from Helsinki, Finland. He took down that last pot.
Blinds
Pass.
3 and 6,000 now.
Pass.
And the small blind play from Juha. He hasn't folded yet
Pass.
from here, but he is now. Walk given to the chip leader.
And nobody wants to mess with this filly. The calm, cool exterior of Pippa Flanders, not to be confused with that fiery feistiness that goes on inside, which has developed into that.
Yeah, it's true.
Stacks and stacks of chips.
You kind of feel like when Pippa Flanders has this chip lead, you're in for a ride. And that's exactly what it's been for these players so far. Hardy
Pass.
has been shut down completely so far. Doesn't seem like he's able to play his game.
Right.
Raise.
Good point, Jesse May. Harris now with 2 6s. Going to put some heat on the pot.
22,000 total. Pass.
Was that 22,000?
It was definitely a raise.
22,000, a big raise.
Yeah, that is a big raise, kind of. And
That's going to give Flanders some cause of concern and consideration with Ace-Jack.
is she trying to figure out whether or not Mark Harris is committed to if she re-raises?
I think she's trying to figure out the value of her hand facing a 22,000 bet, and in a 9 or 10-handed game it would be, you know, easy fold, but in a 6-handed match, or now we're 5-handed even, that hand goes way up in value, and that is what she is pondering now.
Is that right? Yes. Call.
I think she's
pass.
announced call, which is pretty much middle of the road. Fold or raise would have had reasons as well. What is she going to do on the flop here? I mean,
Well, I think that's why she called, to, you know, give her a chance to see the flop and see
That's-
what develops.
that is about the best flop you can see with 2 6s that doesn't include a 6.
Exactly right. A great flop for Harris.
Check.
I'm all in.
All in.
He's not wasting any time moving all his chips to the middle. He wants to win it right here. Not give Pippa Flanders another card off the deck to try and make a bigger pair. An effective bet. She folds. He takes down the pot. Nice pot for the monkey.
Yeah, it sure was.
The money monkey.
Pippa showed weakness, I guess, Kenna, and Harris not shy.
Well, I don't know if she showed weakness. Pippa Flanders certainly showed a little indecision on that last hand. Harris folding the 5 deuce. It's on Juha Helpy. Ace-6.
Don't do it.
Raise.
Kenna, he's down to 40,000,
18,000 total.
which
Pass.
is only about 6.5
Circuit
big blinds,
connectors
but
again.
still has not stuck his tank in. He's just made it 18,000, leaving himself slightly more back.
18. Oh, it's only 12 more. Okay, I think he's my lucky omen, so I must call.
Why not ship the lot? Is this why? So he can get a call from a hand like this?
Well, I think he has too much to move all in. It would look like a desperate move, and I think that's why he made more of a standard
Another
raise.
20. 22.
I think he expected
getting ready
hands
for you.
like Stephen Pierce's to fold. 8-6 of hearts, but it actually is a good result for Helpy, or can be, unless it comes an 8, but It's coupled with the ace, which gives Helpy a pair of aces.